here is part 2 of our rainbow hair magic. This is going to be the crown section. Now remember, we're doing rainbow roots through the crown, meaning I'm doing large sections that are about 1.5 inches wide, and I'm painting them 3 to 4 inches out of the hair. I'm doing them in rainbow order, but I'm also very cognizant of where I want the roots to hit in the front. Her quote unquote natural color that she likes to go to is periwinkle. So I'm playing it off of basically ending with purple in the front. We've got yellow in the back, that coral right in front of it. Now remember, I'm using the balayage film from Quality Touch Foil, which is what is allowing me to paint directly over the section in front of it. Unfortunately, when you get to the crown of the head, gravity really gets in the way, especially if you're doing these high contrast sections. I am a little OCD when it comes to creating clean sections that are consistently saturated and are like sharp partings. So what I'm doing here is I'm going in and I'm starting with a coral, and remember, we want a good little line of that periwinkle to kind of show up in the middle and overlay the previous periwinkle sections that we did in the backdrop. So you guys are going to see that kind of mirrored throughout, and you're also going to see an alternating rainbow section through the crown. Now we're going into blue, so that way we can end up with some periwinkle at the top. We've got a great little rainbow section there. As I worked my way towards the front, I really wanted her rainbows to pop. And so instead of doing like more solid sections, I decided to really add rainbows throughout. The other thing I wanted to show you guys with this camera angle is I'm literally painting on the section before it. There's pink in between here, and this balayage film just allows me to paint directly on it. The other thing that's great is as I'm going through this sectioning, I'm able to paint directly onto the film. I typically don't paint on like a board or anything like that, but I will use the top of someone's head to get a good little blend there. The other thing you just saw me do is take a few of her baby hairs and just move them out of my way. If you guys have a client that has a lot of regrowth or a lot of baby hairs throughout the top of their head, and you're doing some sort of creative color or blending or even natural color, when you get those hairs that don't want to be part of the panel you're painting, pull that root color through and move them to the side. It's much better than getting a spotty blend. The other thing you'll see me do often, and y'all, her hair is like 3.5, 4 feet long, so it is long, is you will see me comb through each section and give myself a really even canvas to paint on, a really like firm tension throughout. And then you're going to see me elevate the hair. I paint the top of it and I paint the bottom, and you're going to see me double tap multiple times. Saturation is key when it comes to direct dyes. The more product that you can work through the hair, the better the saturation will be and the less spotty it will be. The other thing is, obviously the porosity in your client's hair is not going to be like 100% even at all times. So as you start to blend and you see those pockets where the depth is not really depositing, you can add a little more pigment to that section and just make sure you really work it through. You'll see me paint directly on. You'll also see me work with my hands. The other big tip I have, you guys can kind of see it right here, is I have this towel that I don't care about literally clipped to myself, so that way I have a place to just like wipe my hands right there. Now as we're working our way to the front, I've finally got that periwinkle section up in the front, and sorry I'm a little bit in the way here, but I was trying to get her entire head of 4 feet of hair into it. And then you're just going to see me like go back and forth on like, ooh, should I do this whole section periwinkle or not? I decided to just literally make only her money piece periwinkle, because I really wanted to give her lots of rainbows for her music festival that she's going to this weekend. We're working our way through. I'm following the line below the section I'm doing because I'm working with that clear foil. And you guys saw me just tear it off. It's so easy to tear off. And the great thing is, obviously when you're tearing off foil for the bottom of someone's head at the nape of their neck, their hair is going to be way shorter than when you get to the top. You've got the whole space of the head to fill up. So you can just tear this foil off and make it exactly customized to the length of hair that you need. You will also see me wiping my hands off 1,000 times anytime I'm doing creative color. And then here we are on the last section. You'll see me really work forward, and then I even work the comb through the hair as if I'm using it as the color brush as if I'm using it as a comb. And you'll see me work side to side, you'll see me work vertical, and you'll see me go back, see where the pockets of depth are missing, and really saturate that fully. Now, once we finish painting this beautiful head of hair, don't forget to take pictures, you guys, even if you've been painting for 5 hours or something crazy. Take the pictures, make the content. When you're doing this sort of creative color, you're never going to do this exact head of hair again. So this is your one shot to get it. I'm going to give you guys a quick view all the way around of this beautiful head of hair. And the other thing is, this direct dye from Illumin Play, from Goldwell Illumin Play, needs to sit for at least 20 minutes. Now, obviously, the hair underneath has been sitting longer, and there's my balayage foil. I wanted to tear off one more piece so you guys could really see how easy it is to tear off with one hand. And then here's where I painted into the root. So you can see the sections I did. I painted right on top of the section before it. It's so much easier than what I used to do, where I used to have to try to like clip everything out of the way. And then here's a good tip. When you guys are pulling these out, pull them out really quickly. You don't want to take too long because you don't want to run the colors together. Now, when you're working with this much hair, obviously the pull is going to be a little bit hard. So you can see my good friend Morgan is making a video of me pulling it. It is so long that it's reaching all the way up. Now I do have, there we go. I do have a lot of yellow in here. So remember, we're not going to pull it out and put it on top of each other. You guys can see me kind of pulling it out and moving it over to the left. It's just that little extra step that will give you that crisp, clean color to make sure that my colors really pop at the end. The biggest question I get from people who do creative color or don't do creative color is, how the heck are you going to rinse all of that hair without it running together? You guys, when it's winter, it's so easy because the sink is cold. The water comes out ice cold. You want to use high pressure on cold, cold water, and you want to make sure that you're rinsing it quickly. As you guys are watching me rinse, I want you to pay attention to one thing. When have the bubbles going down the sink, pay attention to whether or not they are clear or whether or not you see color in them. If they are not clear, they are going to muddy up your color. The water's either not high enough pressure or it's not cold enough, and it's causing a little bit of bleed to come off of your other colors. Now here we are. You guys can see what I'm talking about right here. I'm working it in really quickly. And remember, we have a lot of yellow in the middle of her hair, and we've got that periwinkle at the top. So I am working it through. See how those bubbles are completely clear? That's exactly what we want when we are rinsing creative color. The other thing is, she's laying on those black foils. So one thing, if you guys do creative color, you probably know this, but you're not going to shampoo it out. You're just going to rinse it. And then here's my favorite little shot from the whole day. It's just like magical rainbow roots. Our camera had fogged over at this point and I didn't realize it, but that's fine. It's still an amazing shot. And then I'll clean it here in a second. Fun fact, you guys, make sure your lens is clean. Here's a better shot of it. I'm going through, you guys can really see those roots and see the impact that we put in with every single little rainbow that's in here. And then I'm just going to let you guys kind of enjoy the after. I would also recommend taking some pictures of your client's hair straight, even if they've been there forever. I have an amazing ring light. It's from Daylight Company USA, and that's what I'm using right here to get at least an after shot of it straight without having to make my client get up and take actual photos. And then I'm going to curl it with the Donna Bella XL iron. It's an amazing iron for your clients that have really, really long hair. I hope you guys can see how periwinkle this is by just the overall feel of it, but it still has that magical pop of rainbow throughout. I'm going to play some music and let you guys enjoy this. We are going to get outside so you guys can see the difference of indoor light versus outdoor. You guys, any questions you have, I am an open book, so ask me below. Thanks for watching.